Hi there, my name is Natalie and this is my LCA Dissection project. Today I will be dissecting this plastic guitar toy keychain thingy. So to start, I'm going to start by unscrewing the back piece from the front piece, and I'm taking out all these little screws. Screws are most often made from metal alloys, which are two different metals combined into one. These ones are probably made from steel, the most common metal to make screws out of. Steel is made from iron and carbon mixed at extreme temperatures. The LCA for these screws starts with iron, which is extracted from the earth and purified with the help of coal and extreme heat. The iron then becomes steel by blasting it with heat again and reducing carbon content. Then the steel is fine-tuned and finished and shipped off. The screw factory then takes the steel, remelts it, and molds it into screws. Next up would be plastic, which makes up 90% of the guitar. Plastics are made from natural gas, oil, or plants, which are extracted from the earth and are refined into ethane and propane. The ethane and propane are then treated with heat, turning them into ethylene and propylene. Once combined, the ethylene and propylene turn into polymers, which are then melted into solid tubes. The tube is then cooled and cut into pellets, and then shipped to factories to then be melted and molded into what they are used for. The next factor, which I actually can't dissect, but you can see it, is the paint that coats the guitar. The paint is most likely enamel paint, which is used for most toys, and it is made out of enamel base and a pigment. Enamel base is made from resin and white lead and a bunch of other stuff, but those are the two main things. And then the pigment is most likely chemical dyes or possibly natural dyes, but I'm gonna say chemical. White lead is made by chemically altering metallic lead using vinegar, heat, and carbon dioxide, and the resin is made from combining elements via a chemical bond. Okay, so I cracked open the guitar, and inside are all the electronic components that produce the sound effects. So there's a motherboard and some wires. So motherboards are made out of fiberglass and copper. Fiberglass is made by taking glass fibers and spraying them with a chemical binder, and copper is mined and processed with high heat, similar to the process of creating steel, but no two metals are being combined together. Motherboards undergo 4 stages of production: surface mount technology, where smaller components are soldered onto the board; dual inline packaging, where more small pieces are attached; and then testing, and then packaging and distribution in an anti-static bag. Overall, the process to create this small motherboard is extensive and super hazardous. The wires that connect it to the battery pack are also made from copper and are protected with aluminum. And aluminum is a metal that is mined similarly to copper, where it's just one metal, and then it's purified again with extreme heat. After I unscrewed the motherboard, I just popped out all of the little keys that are the buttons on the guitar. Now I'm using these scissors to cut the wires to separate the motherboard from the plastic and also the two plastic pieces from each other. The toy also came with a keychain, and the keychain is made out of metal and cotton string. Cotton is a very water-intensive crop, which then requires a lot of energy to spin and to string. And then finally, there's the packaging that the guitar came in. I already threw it away, but it was made of cardboard, and it had plastic on the top to protect the guitar. And I went over plastic earlier, but cardboard is made of paper, which comes from trees, and then they use a big machine to press it into a wavy pattern by stacking multiple layers of paper on top of each other. Once all the pieces are made, they are then sent to the toy manufacturer that takes the materials and assembles them as they need them. This requires more melting, molding, and big machines that consume tons of energy. This small guitar is composed of a lot of harmful materials that require lots of energy to produce and result in toxic emissions and byproducts. In terms of disposal, I decided to hang up half of the guitar on my wall, and the other half I'm going to recycle. And then I don't really know what happens after that.